When I think about the way we used to be, when I think about the things you took from me, I know that I am so much better, better. When I look at what I've done, now that we're apart, when I look at what I've won, I've come so far. I know I'm so much better off, and baby, you don't belong.
Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and clean off these cabinets. I'm just using this Clorox spray, and then I'm going to go ahead and follow up with some warm water just to make sure there's no grime or buildup so the paint can have something to stick to.
Cause darling, there is nothing right when all you seem to do is lie. Those days are gone. I'm walking tall while you're alone. When I think about the way we used to be, when I think about the things you took from me, I know that I am so much better, better. When I look at what I've done, now that we're apart, when I look at what I've won, I've come so far. I know I'm so much better off, and baby, you don't belong. Your love was cold, heart made of stone, but I'm just fine. I'm gonna shine. I'm alright, alright, alright. I'm celebrating my liberation. I'm moving strong, I'm moving on. I'm alright, alright, alright. Might be shaken but not stirred. Just a lesson that I've learned.
So this is what one of my cabinet doors looks like. Let me shut this door. Hopefully you guys can see it better. So I went ahead, I took off the handles, and then I took off the hinges and all that stuff around there so we can get in all the angles. These doors were already painted like this white before we bought the house. So my plan is I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to sand down all these things right here because I don't know what the hell that is. But I'm not buying new hardware. It's just not in my budget right now. And the stuff that I did find that was somewhat affordable, I didn't like. So I'm going to soak these in like some Dawn, like a heavy degreaser, and I'm going to scrub them and clean them up real nice. And we're just going to use these until, you know, whatever. But yeah, so that's the plan. I am just cleaning, kind of showing you guys what I did. I took everything off my messy ass cabinets, my friends, I'm sorry. But I just scrubbed everything down really good. The paint I got, it said you are not supposed to, you don't have to prime it. These are natural color. There's not even like any finish left on these. They're not even shiny. I don't know. This house, we're the second owners. We bought the house from the original owner. And honestly, I think the only thing she ever did was like the cabinet or the faces. So we'll see how it goes. But let me show you the paint I got. Okay, I took off the little poles too, so, or the drawers. So there's that. The house is a mess, guys. But this is the paint we are going to use. It is the Valspar cabinet paint. I was in between, honestly, this Valspar paint and the Alkyd paint from Behr. And I did a ton of research. I watched a bunch of videos, and I was like, I don't know. But honestly, this one had the better reviews of the both. And yeah, so I went with this one, this little can. I only got a little one because I don't have that many cabinets. If I have to get another one, then I'll run back. But I got it stained. I'll tell you. It's called Swiss Coffee. It's pretty much like a true bright white, and I'm just trying to liven up this house. So here we go. Oh, and these are the rollers I got too, because this is what the lady told me to get. So that's what I got. Let's get to work. I'm going to finish taking out all these doors. Oh, here's another thing I want to tell you I'm doing. The hardware I'm putting in separate little Ziploc bags. So So these are the nails that screw in the drawers, and these are the hardware, and then I'm going to put a separate one for all the pulls. So keep everything separated. And then I also used some tape and I just labeled what these were. So I'm going to finish taking all these down, and then I'll kind of give you guys, I'll show you guys what it looks after everything's done. So we are all finished. Here's all my cabinets. I just went through and labeled everything. Everything is all pulled out. I know it's like, my house is a wreck, but it's like one of those things. So I did go through and I used some like painter's tape, and I taped off, you know, my walls obviously. And I'm going to start with my cabinets. I'm going to start with my cabinets first, and then put that one layer, and then while that's drying I will start on my doors. Right? Okay, here we go.
We've been acting out for days, nothing to deny. Blown up because echoes through the halls. You keep sleeping on the couch just to prove the point. I'm too proud to tell you when I'm wrong. Arguments spinning in circles, we're fighting for days, stuck in a phase. I think we're losing the reason. One word is all it takes, babe. Bursting out in cold flames. Breathing, we are catching fire. Thought that we were wiser. Go and light the match, babe. Miss out on the good days. Breathing, we are catching fire. Fire, fire. Fire, fire. Fire, fire. Fire, fire. Silent treatment ain't no cure, just making it harder. Keep on acting busy on your phone. I just wanna feel your touch, baby, can we stop this? Don't you wanna hold me anymore? Arguments spinning in circles, we're fighting for days, stuck in a phase. I think we're losing the reason. One word is all it takes, babe. Bursting out in cold flames. Breathing, we are catching fire. Thought that we were wiser. Go and light the match, babe. Miss out on the good days. Breathing, we are catching fire. Fire, fire. Fire, fire. Fire, fire. Fire.
So here is the one coat on here. It's covering pretty well. If you've ever painted wood with like a chalk paint, it kind of has that initial like streakiness, but it's looking really, really nice. I mean, let me show you. I mean, the kitchen looks so much bigger and brighter. I did go around and do the base of like, you know, on the bottom right here. Hold on, here's Rick. She's bringing me up a cover to paint the stuff. But, oh, there's the honey. But I'm excited. Babe, are you excited? He's so happy. All right. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and paint the front of these cabinets. And that's it. This was painted white, this guy, one right here. And I don't even think I'm gonna have to retouch it because it was just such an easy coverage. So the doors and the front of the drawers are gonna be a breeze.
On a run from my given disaster, speed away from the holy mind, pride. That's where I never thought it would matter. If I'm gone by now, all my weakness keep on linger on repeat like it will be my favorite song. Oh, I know I should be moving on, but you got me good, you got me good. I keep on driving till it bends, still it feels like I pretend. Keep on driving and driving along the road tonight. Lost my head, don't feel my spark between the jars and bottle jack. Just me and all the red lights. Keep on driving and driving.
Here is the second coat. I kind of just started and I forgot to turn the camera on. But this is covering, I think, pretty well. I think we're gonna have to hit it with a third coat, especially along the floorboards and stuff. Wherever I can hit with that foam roller, that foam roller works really well. So if you guys are going to do it, definitely get that one. It's this one for the doors and cabinets, because it's nice and thick, and then on this side it's like has that foam, so you can use that like. And don't skimp out on the brush. I have like one of those like $1, $2 Home Depot brushes, and it sucks. So that's definitely making it a little bit more time consuming. I think if we would have had a better brush, we probably could have been done. But you know, you live and you learn, so have a better brush. But I mean, I think it looks so great. What do you think, babe? You think that was some good paint?
Yeah.
Would you recommend that paint for this kind of project?
I would recommend it for this.
I like it.
Or any project.
Any project.
Seriously, I think it works really good. So if you guys were in debate between a bunch of paint, this is the valspar one, and I think it worked really good. I did not prime any of these cabinets. I did kind of rough sand them because my kitchen is really tiny and we do a lot of cooking, and I was just kind of afraid of like greasy spots. So I just kind of went through and sanded them down. Let me show you the front of the drawers. The top of the cabinet, this is my living room. This looks so ghetto, but I only did one coat and it covered perfectly. So I think this will be good with one coat, which I'm really happy about. So I'm gonna let the cabinets dry. I'll probably make some dinner and then I will come back and we'll see how it looks. So probably I'm gonna give them about an hour and then we will revisit again. So it is the next day. We let the cabinets dry overnight and then we went ahead and put the doors back on. Here is what we are kind of looking like. That's the top and then the bottom. So what will I say? I will tell you guys, don't go in and try to make like touch-up marks, because like with like a sponge brush or anything, because it does get streaky. I don't know if I could feel like they're streaky or if it's just the way the sun's hitting, but I think it's just the way the sun hits the cabinets, because I get up close and I can't see anything. But I'm also one of those people who will continue to paint and paint and paint, so sometimes I have to walk away. But I'm really liking it. So I still have some paint left. So we did, you know, 2 coats on the shelves and then 1 coat on the top, and I still have about half a can of paint left. So I might actually use this and redo my bathroom vanity since I have it. But yeah, so we're gonna keep the countertops because I think they look really good with the sink being that, or like the cabinets being that way. We're gonna pull out the sink today and re-caulk, and I'm actually just gonna go and get a mini blind for right here, and I'm debating on doing a backsplash back here. I have an idea. I'm gonna go to the store right now and kind of figure it out. I was gonna put some money into the countertops, but since I'm not doing that, that's why I was like, let me just see. But stay tuned. I hope you guys are digging it. This is kind of just to tell you, you know, I know everybody has these big, beautiful kitchens and we all want them. And guys, honestly, I can't afford that right now. I'm not saying we're poor, but we don't have money to throw around to demo a kitchen or anything like that. So everything I have to do is, you know, budget friendly, and I have to stay on a budget. And you can have the kitchen you want, or at least the kitchen I want, for a really affordable price. You got to put the work in. Yes, guys, this is some work. This isn't easy, but I mean, I love it. Like I said, I didn't upgrade the doorknobs or the door pulls. That is a really expensive cost. These ones are okay. They don't bother me. If you wanted to order, I know there was something called like 99-cent knobs, like .com or something like that, and they have a bunch of different knobs if you wanted to go that route. But these ones don't bother me. They're not, you know, not as dated as, you know, everything else is in this house. So I kept them. But if you guys wanted to obviously change yours out, you could and go and add the extra cost. But I wanted to keep the cost at a bare minimum. But here we are. And ladies, I also want to point out that if you're afraid to start a project without, you know, your husband or your family or your dad or something, so I'm kind of like that, this is something you can totally do on your own. You totally can do this and kick butt doing it. The cabinets are all done. I just went ahead and did some touching up that I seen, like random spots and stuff like that. We're going to go ahead and keep our countertops regular because I think it just, or like the way they were, because I feel like it looks kind of like a butcher block. But what we did do is Leo went ahead and got some caulking, and it was like kind of separating, and it was looking real janky back here. So he just did some caulking, and it just makes it look so much cleaner and neater. So there's a little trick for you. Just put some fresh caulk down, and it makes it look super clean. And I went downstairs and I got our paint that we painted our whole house. It's pretty much the same color. And I just went through and I made some touch-ups and just kind of freshened up around here. And all the paint is looking pretty nice. So here is the top. So everything is just looking so good together. I'm really, really enjoying it. I'm glad I did this. Here's our window. Our window is our next project. I'll tell you guys what we're doing next. But here is that. And he also did on this side. This is the paint that we used on our walls. Majority of our painting projects are always done with Behr Marque. That is my absolute favorite paint. It goes on really, really well. It covers a lot. It is pricey, but it really, you don't need as much paint, so it kind of, you know, works itself out in the end. But everybody always asks me what it is, and the colors of our walls are Gateway Gray. And with this paint, you're able to wipe down your walls, clean them, everything. You are all good. So for my window here, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to clean up this window real good. I want to clean up the wood around it. You guys can kind of see. I'm going to clean that up. We got a white mini blind to put in there, and I'm going to go ahead and put my burlap curtain back up. Leo is going to pull out the sink, and we are going to pull up all this caulking and just redo it so it looks really fresh. And I'm going to clean up the kitchen, and I will come back and I will kind of give you guys a showing of how everything turned out. So here it is, my friends, the finished product. I still haven't gotten all the decorations done, and I still need to mop my floors, but I just kind of wanted to show you guys how everything looks. We are completely done with any type of remodeling. Now it's just like the fun decorating and like post cleanup part of the project. But here are our cabinets. I am in love. So here is how it came out. So to recap, for the actual like cabinets, we did 2 coats. For the doors, because they were already painted that like creamy off-white color, we did 1 coat, and that was all. And I did do like the floorboard portion. That was really difficult, I'm not gonna lie. So we did get the small, I think it's a quart version of the paint. That was $25, and I got the color called Swiss Coffee. So it was like a really bright white color, and that is what I wanted. I wanted to brighten up this kitchen because my house is pretty small and it is pretty dated, and I really just wanted to bring some vibrance in here. So I went with a nice true bright color. I did wipe these down a few times because when we were putting them up, Leo got fingerprints on them and they wiped off amazing. So for our countertop, we just kept the same one. It's not like a real butcher block, it's like a laminate countertop, but I feel like, because I have like kind of a like rustic theme house because I do a majority of our projects on our own, so I kind of feel like it ties in with everything, and that's kind of how I wanted to keep it. But what we did do, if you guys remember back here, it was like pulling away and it was like kind of crackling or whatever from the walls because it wasn't completely flush with it. So what I had Leo do was just take some like caulk, and he just caulked right across the top. Sorry, my vegetables. But I think it looks just really clean. I didn't do a backsplash. I was kind of debating on it, but I really needed this project to be minimal expense as possible. So what I did is I just went downstairs and got some more of my paint, and I just touched up everything. I gave it a fresh coat. I didn't paint all the walls, I just kind of touched up some spots and just made sure everything looked really nice. So I like the way it came out. This paint color is called Gateway Gray from Behr Marque. Again, and then for another little cheap project here, our lighting. So I just got these cheap mini blinds from, we have a Menards, I don't know what you guys may have, but these are only like $7. So I went and picked those up, and I feel like it definitely brings a homier vibe. And my curtain here is a burlap curtain. I made that. Not my best work, but I'm gonna tell you how I did it. Here goes your DIY. So I went to, I wanna say Michael's. I went to Michael's. No, I lied. I got this from Hobby Lobby, and I used the coupon. So the big thing of burlap was only like maybe $5. I already had the curtain rod, and what I used was fabric tape. So for the top right here where it will hook onto my curtain rod, I just folded it over and I put the fabric tape down, and I took an iron. You don't want it too hot because you don't want to singe the burlap, and I just like singed it, like warmed it so it's sealed, and it just made a little pocket so I can put my curtain rod through it. And that's how I made my burlap curtain. If you guys look on, like, there's a website called like Primitive Home Decor or something like that. If you try to buy them from there, they're like $40. So I made this for like $7, and it works wonders for me. So if it's not broke, why fix it, you know? That light I scored at a not thrift store, at the flea market, and I paid $5 for it, and it all kind of matches with all the other like lights in my house. So again, here is the other side of the kitchen. We got a little bit of fall decor there, but I'm gonna do a like updated decor tour when I'm all done. But yeah, and I just went all the way back. Okay, so for my handles, I kept the ones I had, and what I did, guys, is I just went in and I soaked these in some like old school Dawn, got all the grease, I cleaned them up real nice, and they're nice and shiny. The same thing with the hinges. I kept everything super minimum. So for the whole project, it was $46, and I'm including tax in that. So, I mean, if you guys have been with me a while, you know that my kitchen is definitely one of my sore spots in my house, and I've struggled with it, and I feel like I love it so much. Ignore the stove. I've been fighting with Kenmore all day to fix that, and it's an ongoing battle, but we're working on it. But yeah, here it is. So all I wanted to kind of put out there was, you know what, guys, a little bit of paint can go a long way, and I know not all of us have this huge budget for these amazingly beautiful kitchens, but I wanted to show you that you can do it on your own for, you know, what you have. I mean, decorate what you got, and it just works out so well. But hopefully you guys like this video. Let me know what your thoughts. Did you guys like the way it turned out? Did you prefer it the way it was before? Gosh, I hope not. But thank you guys for watching, and stay tuned for some home decor videos I got coming up your way, and I got a bunch of little things under my sleeve. So thank you guys for watching and going through this project with me. I appreciate you guys so much. All right, I'll talk to you later. Toodaloo.
When I think about the way we used to be, when I think